Good morning. This is M.L. Curry with my 15 minutes on workers' compensation. I'm going to start this program out by introducing one of my favorite clients, Miss LaShonda Davis. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you, Attorney Curry?
I am just fine. You will find throughout this program that this young lady is what I would like to call my poster lady. And of course, your poster person is someone who exemplifies what the entire system is about and how a person can go through the system successfully. I know there are a lot of you out there who are listening who are having problems with workers' compensation and with your claim, and you need to know that there are individuals who go from the beginning all the way through the end. And on numerous occasions, I've told you that workers' compensation is designed to last 7 years, 8 months, and 2 weeks. This particular young lady here has gone through the workers' compensation system for 7 years, 8 months, and has 2 more weeks to go. But once we get to her, then I'm going to let her tell you about how her accident occurred and things like that, like I usually do with my interview. However, we need to start by welcoming our sponsors, Total Healthcare Management, who is at 713-522-6911. That is their phone number, and you may reach them at any one of their 4 locations throughout the city. You can reach them at Chimney Rock in Belford in the Meyerland Plaza. They have an office at 45 South and College and Airport. They have an office at 45 North at East Tidwell and Airline, and their principal office is at 12,000 Richmond near Kirkwood. Total Healthcare Management is one of the organizations that I work with, and they help me to assist you, the injured worker, with your claim. They provide transportation, they also do chronic pain management, and they provide health and nutritional products. So for those individuals who are stuck in the outer lying areas or not near a bus line, you may need to be working with Total Healthcare Management because they will come and get you, take you to your appointments, and then bring you back home. One of the other organizations that works with my office is Memorial MRI and Diagnostics. Their phone number is 713-461-3399, and they're at 1241 Campbell, which is very near my office. My office is at 1210 Antoine, right off of I-10 near the IKEA store. If you're going out I-10 west, you exit at Antoine, and my office is at 1210, which is about 5 or 6 little streets north of I-10. My phone number is 713-222-2400. And for those of you who are following this program on the radio, you may also follow the same program throughout the week on my website, and that is attymlcurry.net. And for those who are going to access it, it's www.attymlcurry.net. You may also follow me on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at attyml, and that would be all that you would need for those particular media. One of the other sponsors that we have is IWP, that's Injured Workers Pharmacy, and they assist my clients with their medication. Some clients have 3 and 4 prescriptions that they have to take to be able to deal with their injury, anti-inflammatories, pain medication, and things like that. And one of the problems that a lot of my clients have is that they go to the pharmacy and the adjuster may not have cleared their medication. So if it's like today, like a Friday, they would have to deal without any kind of medication until Monday. Well, when you're working with IWP, they will make sure that you get your prescription and also deliver it to you at your home. Their number is 281-753-6770. I like to tell my audience that sometimes we on this program are not able to reach the injured worker, him or herself, and we may be reaching the person's friend or neighbor, or relative, or co-worker, or church member, prayer partner. These are individuals who listen to this program and follow me on the website, and that person may want to get in touch with someone in your circle who has been injured and give them the information that I've just given you. And like I say, you can pick up this program on the website from Monday through Sunday. It's changed every Sunday night, so that you can give that person the information that they need so that I may be able to assist them the same way that I assisted Miss LaShonda Davis. And LaShonda, why don't you just tell them how your accident occurred?
Well, in September of 2003, I worked at a local bank as a teller supervisor, and I was dispersing
Cash.
to my tellers. In the process, I tripped over boxes of coin that were on the floor.
Now, you were in the vault at this time.
In the vault, yes. In the vault. I tripped, fell in front of another coworker who witnessed it, and
What the?
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. It's one of what we remember that occurred was that you had a witness there, but you also reported the accident as soon as it occurred.
Right. As a matter of fact, I was transported to the emergency room
From the job.
The same day.
In an ambulance.
Right. And when I did not return back to work. However, when I called in, there was a number of problems that arose with my immediate manager. And this manager caused a lot of problems and grief for me during this ordeal.
Now, this was 2003.
2003, yes.
Which, of course, now this being 2011, that was just about 8 years ago.
Right.
But as I remember, when you first came to my office, it was 2004.
2004.
So that was like a whole year had gone by before LaShonda and I got together.
Right. I tried to do it on my own, but I mean, the system is it's bigger than what we can even imagine. And when you're injured, the last thing you can do is fight. Fight for yourself. So
that's something that I've told people over and over. Is that when you try to deal with the system yourself, you're really doing yourself a disservice. Because the person that you're working against does this every day. And you, being the injured worker, this is your first accident, your own.
Mm-hmm.
And the person who's on the other side from you has dealt with it for years and years, knows all the ins and outs, sets traps for you, get you to say things that make you think that that person is on your side, and actually they're not. And so then you'd be surprised that they would use those same things against you once you get to trial. And as I recall in your situation, we had one of your coworkers who just flat out lied.
Yes, she did. Yes.
And just would not tell the truth. Even though Miss Davis left the job in an ambulance, they denied her case and said that it didn't occur, and also said that she wasn't hurt. And so I was, when Ms. Davis first came to my office, I was astounded that the bank would take that kind of position for someone, first of all, who was a supervisor and was in the vault at the time, which, of course, anytime you're in a bank vault, you cannot be in the bank vault by yourself. And so when she fell, the witness who was there and the supervisor, between the two of them, the story that was told was nowhere near the truth. So we then, it took us about, it was about 9 months, 9 or 10 months before we were able to get her case to trial. And her supervisor and coworkers came to the trial and attempted to lie to me.
But you stopped that.
That's not going to happen. You're just not going to lie to me. I'm sorry. You're going to have to tell the truth. And I've got all the facts, and I've got the medical records in front of me, as well as statements from other individuals, from the ambulance and the ambulance personnel, from the emergency room personnel, and they were just trying to skewer her situation so that they could make it difficult for her claim to be handled. And so we were able to get past that. It did take us, like I say, 8 to 9 months before we were able to even bring her case to trial. And once we were able to bring it to trial, we did win.
Yeah.
And after that particular circumstance, you then started receiving weekly benefits, right?
Right. Everything was retroactive.
Right. We had to have all of her benefits paid retroactive back to the beginning. And that's something that happens anytime a person has benefits that are due to them. Then those benefits keep running, and until you can prove your case, you don't receive anything.
Right.
So by the time I met with Ms. Davis, it was a year, and by the time we were able to prove her case, another 8 months had gone by. So now we're looking at 18 months into the accident,
Right.
and she had gone all that time without any money and without any assistance because, of course, the doctors that the bank wanted her to work with, they weren't going to be able to work with her because, of course, they weren't getting paid.
Right.
And this is one of the situations where Total Healthcare Management helps us out because they were able to treat Ms. Davis and give us the evidence that we needed to be able to prove her case. A lot of times when a person's going to the doctor will only treat the person 1 or 2 times, and then when the insurance company shuts it down and they don't get paid, they say, well, you just have to go somewhere else. And where else are you going to go? Because nobody else is going to want to be treating a person without being paid. And that's why Total Healthcare Management is so valuable to what I have to do, because I know that the person's been injured. I know that they have a good case, but we have to have evidence to be able to prove that. Just her being able to state that she was hurt and that she went by ambulance was not good enough to be able to prove that she had been disabled and had been off work because of the injury for 18 months. Finally, we were able to get past that, and she did go to designated doctor
Right.
and received, what was your percentage?
16.
16% impairment rating.
Mm-hmm.
And then things kind of got a little better. It on into the claim after you have your impairment rating, things got a little better, but we were not over the hump at that point, because once a person is qualified for supplemental income benefits, what do they have you doing after that?
I actually went through therapy repeatedly. I did work conditioning,
Okay,
work hardening.
right.
I was able to, and all of this happened after the surgeries. Let's
Right.
Keep that in mind also.
And what did you have surgery on?
I ended up having surgery on my left knee. I had a number of injections done to my left shoulder.
Mm-hmm. And then you had the wrist.
The wrist, left wrist.
Right.
I also went through therapy for my upper and lower back as well, because I sustained those injuries.
Which they denied initially,
Mm-hmm.
and we had to go back and prove those things. They accepted, I believe, the wrist and the shoulder and the knee, and then they were denying the neck and the back. So we had to go to trial more than once to prove all of her injuries and make sure that everything that was included with her claim was being judged to be compensable, so that it would be counted as far as her impairment rating is concerned. And that's something that a lot of people do. When you get a PLN, plain language notice form, and it says that the insurance company is disputing your neck or disputing your back, and a lot of people don't address those, meaning take it to trial and prove that this is part of your case. When they don't do that, later on when it comes time for your impairment rating, those things will not be included in your impairment rating, and then you'll be in a situation where you only have a 5 or a 6, and you really should have a 17 or an 18. So it's very important to get the assistance that you may need from my office to help you to get all the parts of your body included in your injury. One of the things that happened after you got into supplemental income benefits was you had to start looking for work, right?
Right, I did.
And how long did you do that?
Job searches, a number, I think it was a couple of weeks, several weeks,
Mhm.
or quarter, I'm sorry, within the quarter.
Right.
However, what ended up happening, I was able to go through DARS.
Yes. Department of Assisted Rehabilitative
Yes,
Services.
and DARS assisted me with trying to rehabilitate myself as far as finding another career.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was able to go to school.
Okay. And coming up in a couple of months, what's going to be happening?
I will be graduating with my undergraduate degree in healthcare administration.
4 years. And all of y'all who are listening to this, you should be applauding this young lady as well as I do, because this has been an ordeal. It's been a long journey, but it's just about to come to a point to where she's going to be able to deal with this on her own. We're just about out of time, and I want to thank Ms. Davis for coming in today and sharing her story with y'all. And I want to thank all of my listeners.
I'll say thank you.
All right.